what's up everybody? It's Rudy Jalapeno here for 5 Minutes or Less. I just got back from watching Captain Marvel and I want to tell you a little bit about it. So Captain Marvel stars Brie Larson, who plays Carol Danvers. Now, Carol Danvers is, in essence, Captain Marvel. She is a part of the space police called the Kree. They are chasing shapeshifters called the Skrulls. Now, Carol Danvers gets shipwrecked on planet Earth, and she has no idea who she is or where she comes from, and the Skrulls chase her, and that's all I'm going to tell you about the plot. It's really easy to spoil things, so I'm not going to tell you too much more about the story, but I will tell you that I really enjoyed the film. The story is your basic hero's journey, and it doesn't really veer too far from that, which is fine. The movie, what really appeals about it to me is the whole movie is set in the 90s, so the soundtrack is amazing. A lot of the cool 90s references are amazing. You get a lot of Marvel references too from past movies and movies that we know are coming out. So the movie Captain Marvel there's a lot of winks and nods throughout the film. Now I will say the first act of the movie felt like it dragged a little bit. Felt like it went a little bit too long for me. So the first act I was kind of waiting for things to happen. They did a lot of world building, a lot of story building, and there wasn't a lot of payoff at the very beginning. However, once the second act kicks in, the action starts going, things happen, and then the third act really delivers. It's one of those movies that like you watch and you can be inspired by. However, if you're a girl, you're probably going to be inspired by it a little bit more. And that's totally fine. You may have heard some of the politics around this being like a feminist movie or anything like that. I didn't really feel that way. I watched the movie and I watched it for what it was. It was a good action story and it had a great hero. The hero just happened to be a woman. All right. Now, during the movie, there were some scenes that, relate to women a little bit more and in certain ways, but I never really felt the politics of it shoved down my throat. I never really felt feminism forced on me or anything like that. And that's fine. That's good. This is a movie that I feel like men and women can relate to on different levels. Now, Brie Larson herself is an Oscar-winning actress. She's amazing in everything she does. Again, I didn't really, like the first act, I didn't really feel her charm. Maybe that was just because of the movie was moving a little bit slow for me. But the second and third act, I really started to see a lot more of her personality coming out, especially in her character, and it worked for me throughout the rest of the movie. Now, Jude Law is also in the movie, and he does a great job, but I really like the way he works off of Brie Larson. Their relationship from the very beginning, I think, is actually pretty cool. Now, one of the standout performances to me that I really didn't think would be a standout performance is Ben Mendelsohn. Okay, he plays one of the shapeshifters, one of the Skrulls, and he kind of seems like a side character in the film, but he's got a story arc, and there towards the end of the movie, like I really enjoyed seeing every scene that he popped up in. Every time he came on screen, my eyes were glued, and I loved it. Samuel L. Jackson has a much bigger role in this movie than I thought. Whenever you just look at the trailers, it kind of feels like maybe he's in the movie a little bit. This almost feels like a buddy cop film for him and Brie Larson. He adds a sort of playfulness to the film that I didn't expect to be there, especially not coming from Nick Fury. And it really enriches his character at a young age and makes me appreciate the more stoic and kind of dark Nick Fury that we have in later films. So overall, Captain Marvel, I really enjoy the film. I would put it on par probably with how much I enjoyed like Doctor Strange or maybe Ant-Man, which I really enjoyed. To be honest, it's no Avengers Infinity War. It's no Black Panther. I'm probably going to go watch it again in the theaters just because, I want the spectacle of seeing all this stuff on the big screen. It does set up Endgame really well. Stay for the post-credit scenes. Both of them. So for 5 Minutes or Less, this is Rudy Jalapeno. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.